Welcome to Communing with Divine, a podcast where I share my spiritual quest and the lessons and the insights that I've received from many divine beings and energies during meditation. I am your host, Meraki. Now, let's begin. Welcome back to Communing with Divine. I'm just going to get stuck right into this second episode of Season 2, July 21st, 2023. I don't know if the Goddess Hecate is going to want to speak with me, but we'll see. I'm at the top of the cliff looking down at the red sand beach, the sea, and Hecate's cave. I chose to start here because this is the way the Archangel Michael brought me the first time. He is with me now, and he will come with me to the cave. As I stand here, I see the sea. I see the sheer drop from the cliff. Red stone. Red sand beach. The water. There are some gentle waves, but they're almost imperceptible. I can see little shrub-like bushes growing out of the mountainside. And to the left, the sheer mountain cliff juts out so that the beach ends there. When you go down onto this beach, there's only one place to go, and that's Hecate's cave. So I'm just going to go down there. I can just step off of the cliff's edge and I float down, which for somebody with a fear of heights is pretty impressive. It's funny how this phobia doesn't bother me at all when I'm here. I'm standing on the red sand and I'm kind of squishing my toes in it. I've decided to stick to standing and walking on the sand, which is odd because I want to put my feet in the water. But I got the message not to do that. I think what I'm understanding is that the water is a place of transition. It's a vehicle for going from one realm to another, from one state to another, from one place to another. And I'm just not ready for that. I'm now standing at the cave mouth. I'm going to do what I was told to do and strip naked. I know it's meant symbolically, but I'm thinking every time when I was with the Wise One and I came to a point of moving from one part of my path to another and stepping through the diaphanous barrier that wasn't a barrier at all, I did this stripped down. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm sure she's seen worse bodies than mine. It's so bright out here. It makes the cave look even darker. As you approach the cave, it looks pitch black. But once you step in through a barrier of sorts, it's like a curtain, but it's made of such fine material that you can pass through the material itself. Wait, no, it's a curtain of energy. And when you pass through this curtain of energy, you are passing between two worlds. This is her liminal space. The cave is huge. There are candles everywhere, symbols everywhere. I don't know if these symbols are hers or if they come from people like worshippers or different groups who would have used different symbols for the goddess. So the light is coming again that illuminates the floor, the fire that doesn't burn. I know that's a sign that she's coming. I bowed to her to recognize her greatness. The Goddess Hecate says, "See me, look at me." She is huge. She's in her mighty form. Obviously, she can change her form whenever she wants. She's letting me know that she's taking this form at this moment because she's speaking symbolically to me through her size and her garments and the markings that she's displaying. She has more symbols on her fingers now that I didn't notice before. She asks me, "Why have you come?" I've come to learn. I've come to most humbly request that you teach me. I've come to step into my soul's purpose. I've come to the crossroads and I look to you. My work is within your realms. My work requires that I learn from you. My work requires that I go from misbeliefs to understanding, to truth. And I ask you, will you teach me, Goddess? The Goddess Hecate asks, "What do you see in my eyes?" I see silver. Yesterday, your eyes were normal in their appearance. This has changed. The Goddess Hecate is shrinking down. She's handing me clothing. It's a sort of black robe. My keys are there. I have keys, not as many as she does, obviously. There is this metal chain. It's a sort of silver belt, and my silver keys are hanging off of it. I'm barefoot. This is so I can feel truth. I can feel truth on the path that I walk. The goddess Hecate says, I will teach you. Thank you, goddess. Thank you so much. Suddenly, I find that we are standing at a crossroads together. She's walking forward, past the intersection. I'm walking through the intersection to stand next to her, to face her. The goddess Hecate says, you are ready. You did this without hesitation or fear. I will teach you. She's going to let me know when to return for her teachings. She also says to look to the moon, and I will know. I don't know what that means, but I trust that I will when I need to. I just gave her a quick hug because that's just what I do. She kneels down then, and she beams silver light from her eyes into mine. She says, and so it begins. I'm standing at the top of the cliff again. She is at the mouth of the cave, standing before the curtain of energy. I'm raising my hand to her. The clothes that she gave me are now folded on the rock by the cave mouth. I'm dressed in my regular clothes. I understand that every time I go into the cave, I must strip naked and put on the clothing she gave me. This is symbolic of leaving what I've learned behind and taking on the learning and the teachings of the goddess. The goddess Hecate has now returned into her cave. She kind of just faded into that curtain. The Archangel Michael is with me. He says, you did well, child. She has accepted you, and now you will learn much. It is time. It is time. July 22nd, 2023. Today I did mirror work with my soul. It's not the kind of mirror work most people do. Not sort of the Louise Hay method where you say, I love you, you're beautiful, this sort of stuff, until you actually begin to feel it and to believe it. It's a very good technique, mind you, but that's not what I did. I had an all-out conversation with my soul, and it was awesome. It's so weird because I have no problems talking to the Archangel Michael, who's here right now, along with all of the mighty ones who I communicate with so easily. I have no issue with talking easily to all of the divine, to Mother Universe, to the goddess Hecate. I speak with energies and the Watcher, the Wise One, easily. I know which voice is mine and which is theirs. But when it comes to my soul, I have a hard time discerning its voice from my own. But today I noticed my mirror and I thought that I would try to speak to my soul while looking into the mirror, and it worked. What was so interesting was that when my soul was speaking, when she came through, I looked different. My face lit up. I looked vibrant and bright and full of love. I even looked beautiful, dare I say. Not beautiful in a physical way, because obviously my physical form remains the same. I still have my deviated septum and my crooked nose and all of my wrinkles and my lopsided lips. But even with all of these imperfections, there is something perfect that comes through, that shines through, that made all of my imperfections not matter anymore. They are outshone. And then as I was doing this work, I could see my pupils, and they were changing. My eyes were changing whenever she came forward. And then my vision sort of went odd, so that just one eye, my left eye, was in focus, which I also thought was interesting. And so I could feel the physical difference, and it was just awesome. I'm sharing this because if you wanted to get in touch with your soul and have a conversation, you might want to try this anyway. It's just a thought. I was just talking to the Archangel Raphael and thanking her for all of the work and help she did with me yesterday. And she told me that I needed to explain to all of you more about my third eye. So as a recap, the Wise One put this energy into my third eye. It was a ball of energy and it was red. And I came to understand that this was to attune my third eye to each chakra, starting with my root chakra, so it was red. Then it changed from red to orange, and from orange it went to yellow, from yellow to green, and from green to blue. The Archangel Michael had said that when the light got to blue that we were going to have some more conversations, and that our relationship and the things that we do together were going to change, which they did. But then the ball of energy within my third eye became black, which I didn't expect. I'd expected it to turn to indigo and then violet or white, because the Archangel Michael had said that once I got to this violet light stage, my abilities would be exponentially stronger than they are right now. So I thought that this was what was going to happen. But after the ball of energy had been blue, the Archangel Michael asked me, what color was the energy within my third eye now? And I looked and I saw that it was black. But because it wasn't what I expected, I resisted. I doubted myself and what I was perceiving. I thought I wasn't seeing it properly. But as the Archangel Michael was waiting, I answered him and I said it was black, which was the correct answer because it was truth. And what the Archangel Michael and the Archangel Raphael showed me and explained to me at that time was that within the black orb of energy are still all of the other energies. There is still the red, orange, yellow, green, and blue orbs. They all exist within each other. The black orb is a light energy. Now go figure that out. I can't explain it to you, but that's what it is. It's a black light of energy. It gives off beams. And it is this black orb of light energy that allows me to tune into and to interact with the Goddess Hecate, to do this work and to expand. Because I need to learn about liminal spaces. I have some keys already, but I have to gain more keys. And so I have to learn how to use the keys that I already have first. And I have to learn how to move through these liminal spaces, how to open the doors to different dimensions, to different realms and different realities. This is what I understand at this point anyway. I know that I mentioned yesterday that when I saw the Goddess Hecate, I was able to see markings that she had on her fingers, but I didn't describe them. She has many markings, but these markings were like a black line that followed the U shape of her nails. The U was open to the front of her fingers, like a horseshoe, and she had dots around them, around these U's. I believe that she had 3 dots on one side of her nail bed, and 3 dots on the other side, and one centered at the base of her nail bed. So a total of 7 dots on each finger. So I thought that I would look up the significance. 7 represents faith, inner wisdom, spiritual awakening, intuition, and mysticism. It's also a life path number that tells of a beneficial time with obstacles overcome and success realized. So I thought that was interesting. I'm now speaking with the ether. The ether is explaining that I will be working within them, not with them, within them. That I'll be walking through their space and sitting in their space within their energy. The ether is explaining that it's good that I've worked so much with her already because I'm comfortable and trusting. I have no fear of the ether or of the darkness, and this will help me. I'm with Mother Universe now. I'm checking my dials, and I just remarked that the light, the beam connecting the 2 dials, is now black. It used to be white. The black beam of light represents where I am now and what I will be doing, the work I will be doing. I call out to the Goddess Hecate to say thank you, to thank her for teaching me. And she replies, "You are welcome, child. You will learn much. Your teaching has already begun. Listen to your inner voice. See with your eye. Remain mindful. Remain aware. Watch. Do not sleep." She's telling me that I'm to try to come to her during the transitional phases of twilight or of dawn. So I'll do my best to do that. July 22nd, 2023. I did some work and transcribed my notes, and I tried to redraw the symbols that the Goddess Hecate displayed. I'll have to redo it again. My drawing and my handwriting is just pathetic. Anyway, after doing this, I got very, very tired, so I decided to give myself 15 to 20 minutes of Reiki. And while I was doing this, I fell asleep. Now, the Goddess Hecate has been with me and watching over me all day, Every time I look up, she's there, and she's in massive form. And when I say this, I mean she is hundreds of feet tall. But when I went to sleep, I saw her come towards me, and she shrunk down from this massive form. When she came to me, she began to put black light into my third eye. And as she was doing this, there were connections forming, connections between my third eye and my physical eyes, and my ears as well. Connections made up of this black light or black light energy. So I thought that I would share this with all of you in case it ends up being important. July the 25th, 2023. I'm going to go and visit the Goddess Hecate and see if she wants to teach me today. I'm with the Archangel Michael standing at the top of the cliff. The cliff seems different today, perhaps more sheer than usual, or it feels that I'm higher up, perhaps. I can see the strip of red sand. But today, there's something underneath a portion of it, running all the way along the beach. It's like looking through glass into another place. And as I come down to it, it feels, well, I see white. It looks like there are geometric shapes under this clear glass or partition. Am I looking at the top of buildings? If I am, they would be very close together. I'm not sure what these white geometric forms are, but I'm standing with the water to my left and the cliff to my right, facing Hecate's cave, and the shapes are below the sand on the right side, running along where the cliff is. And what I'm trying to explain is that I can see these white geometric shapes as if they were under glass, even though they're under the sand. I can look down into this other place, but I don't know what it is, what I'm looking at. What I will say is that this does remind me a bit of that observational post that the angels and other divine beings had for looking into other realms, dimensions, and other worlds. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the Goddess Hecate. Maybe this was part of my lesson today, maybe not. I'm at the mouth of the cave, so I'm taking off the clothes I'm wearing and putting on the black robes that the Goddess Hecate gave to me. I also put on the silver belt with my keys, and I now have a silver bracelet with a black stone. I pass through the barrier into the cave. There are less candles lit, I think. There are pieces of rolled up scrolls, tiny scrolls. I think they are messages or prayers from people to the goddess, maybe even requests. I know that she's standing in the darkness where I can't see. She steps out, so I bow, and she acknowledges me. She says, "Your mind wanders easily sometimes." This is true. She's taking my right hand. She's drawing a symbol with her finger on my palm. It's a circle with a line going through it. Now, my left hand. She draws a symbol that's like a lightning bolt. She's putting the palms of my hands together and holding them like that. She asks me, "Do you know who I am?" I'm told that you're the Goddess Hecate. Do you know who I truly am? I do not. Are you willing to learn from me? I am. Then you shall discover who I am. You may bring no fear with you here. Do you understand? I do. There is no place for ego in my great hall, for ego is a child of fear. Do you understand? I do. Your mind wanders to insignificant things because your ego wishes to keep you distracted. Your ego fears truth. Your ego wishes to focus on the mundane, to keep you focused on a world it believes it can control, that it can influence. Your task is greater than the mundane, and you must focus on this task. Your ego fears this task, for it fears its eradication and its loss of power. You must remain vigilant and aware at all times. You must catch your mind when it's influenced by ego and bring it back into focus. Do you understand? I do. What did you see when you arrived as you approached my great hall? I explained that I saw a long strip of sand that seems to have been replaced by what appears to be glass, and I could see many white geometric shapes. The Goddess Hecate asks me, Did you observe if these shapes were in motion? I did not observe that. You must return to the sand and observe. I leave the cave and return to the sand, to the place where the white geometric shapes are that I can see through the glass. I'm looking down at these things. They are white geometric shapes. That's what they are. They're not tops of buildings at all. I don't perceive movement. I'm being guided that I have a key to enter this place, so I will enter into it. I hold the correct key and I step onto the glass or this clear barrier, whatever it is, and I sink into it. I almost feel as if it's some sort of a liquid. The white shapes go way, way down. I don't know what this place is, but it is amazing. As I look down, it seems to get darker, but the shapes remain white. I don't perceive movement at this time. I'm going to come back out of this place now. The Archangel Michael is with me. I feel the liquid in there is some kind of a substance, like there's a goopy gel in my hair. I go back and I put my robe on the rock to dry, and then I put my clothes back on. I know that the Goddess Hecate sees me. The Archangel Michael and I rise up from the beach all the way up to the cliff, and I'm just observing the endless sea. The cliff, the beach with this place of the white shapes, and the cave of the Goddess Hecate. Archangel Michael says I will understand what this place of the white shapes is in time, but it was the experience itself that was important. But it's really bothering me. I feel strongly that I've missed something, that I rushed. I'm going to go back to that space, the place of the white geometric shapes. I'm back within this place, and they are moving. Very slowly, imperceptibly actually. And I only really know they're moving because I can occasionally hear a sound, a bit like a crack or a moan, that you might hear when something huge moves and rubs slightly against the other. But I can't see the movement at all. Also, I was right earlier. There's definitely some kind of liquid, or rather gel-like substance that these geometric shapes are suspended in. It's goopy, like aloe vera gel. I think it's some kind of lubricant that allows these shapes to move. I'm not sure that this is the purpose of the goop. I'm just surmising. But the gel-like substance is present. It's clear like water, but with a gel-like consistency, and these shapes are suspended in it. I'm going to go very close to the shapes. As I look into the white bodies of these shapes, there is movement within them. I can see that there are calculations or formulas continuously running within them. It feels as if these computations or formulas are alive and are responding infinitely and constantly to something. It's as if these shapes are themselves, and as a group, some kind of huge computer that at the very least relates directly to our reality. But I think it's more than that. I feel that it's more like a supercomputer that is churning out all realities, at least within this universe, and maybe related dimensions. So there is movement within this supercomputer of white geometric shapes, and they also seem to physically move, albeit so slowly as to be almost imperceptible. I can see Hecate in my mind's eye. She seems pleased, so perhaps I got this right. July 31st, 2023. I'm at the cliff. I don't see the geometric shapes at the moment. It's just sand, but I know they're there. I walk to the cave, I change, and I put on my silver belt and bracelet and my few keys. I seem to have 3 keys so far. As I stand outside the cave, I'm being shown someone who I just met. I don't know why she's being shown to me. It's being said that learning will come to me in many ways, not just through this process of learning from the goddess Hecate and the divine. That I am to remain aware, awake, and vigilant to the alternative ways that I am given lessons. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to learn from this new person I just met. She's a very nice woman, And now, in terms of the spiritual, I did get a lot of insight in terms of other people in general and my concept. And what I mean by my concept relates to what people are like and what they are capable of. It was very eye-opening for me in many ways, but other than basic observations, I haven't gleaned anything deeper and certainly nothing that relates to this person specifically, but I will ponder it later and see if something comes through. I'm going to go into the cave. I'm passing through the curtain of energy. The goddess Hecate is not there in the cavernous entry room, but she is communicating. I can hear her, but I can't see her. She's explaining to me that not everyone can do this, that I do things that I don't realize are difficult for others or are extraordinary in any way. She's saying that most people or many people wouldn't even see the cave. To them, it would appear as a solid rock. So the perception of the entryway, as well as the ability to pass through without thought, is unusual. She's pointing this out because she says, you do not recognize the gifts that have been bestowed upon you. Just as others are blind to the entry of my cave, you are blind to that which lies within you. You either find them unremarkable and so do not recognize them as the gifts they are, or you fail to see that which lies within you. She's showing me that there are gifts within me that I haven't even searched for, let alone discovered that they're there. She's saying that this is a part of the work that we will be doing together. Understanding and discovering my gifts. Understanding that they are gifts and that they are a part of what makes me unique. This applies to all of us, for we all carry within us unique gifts. The goddess Hecate has not come out the way she normally does. I can see her face only, and it's sort of disembodied. But this isn't a big session. She just wanted to communicate this information to me. She says that it's important that I bear it in mind, and I will. I thank her, and she says, you are welcome, child. We will speak more later. I bow to her, and I leave the cave. I'm changing my clothes again, and I'm folding my robe and putting it back on the rock. I'm taking my belt with my keys and laying it onto my robe, and I'm getting dressed. I look across the sea. It's just beautiful. I come back up and I'm on top of the cliff. And I wave goodbye as I always do. I know that she sees me, even though I don't see her. When I finished, I looked at the time. It was 11:31, and for the fun of it, I looked it up. In numerology, 11:31 is a sign of new beginnings, new opportunities, or a new phase in life. These new opportunities are likely to be related to your unique talents and abilities. You are being asked to find new ways or new opportunities to utilize your hidden talents and gifts that you have not put to good use as yet. Interesting, right? It's always synchronicity. August the 1st, 2023. I'm going to try to visit the goddess Hecate and we'll see how it goes. The Archangel Michael is with me as usual. The colors today, I'm standing at the top of the cliff and the colors today seem different, maybe darker, like the redness of the sand is deeper, a deeper, darker red, and the sea is dark, more black than blue. I think it has to do with the lighting. You know how the lighting can change the color of the sea? The sky today isn't blue, it's more red, perhaps like sunset. And in general, the entire scene that I'm looking down upon seems darker. It's coming into twilight. I don't know if it's of any significance, but I'm just noting it here because it's different. The sun is coming down. We're going to go down to the beach. Everything looks the same. Just the light is fading, I guess. Archangel Michael seems to be urging me to move forward. So I go to the rock quickly and I change. I've put on my robes and my belt with the keys. I pass through the curtain now. I expected it to be darker in here, but there are many candles that are lit. The goddess Hecate is coming. She's really huge today. I thank her for allowing me to come. She says, "You are most welcome, child. What do you seek?" I seek to learn. I seek to grow. I seek to grow my knowledge. I seek to discover that which is within me I seek to understand liminal spaces, the places of transition. I seek to understand more about space and time, dimensions and realms. The goddess Hecate asks, what else do you seek? I seek connection to the all. I seek the answers to the mysteries. The goddess Hecate observes me for a moment and then says, come. We're walking towards one of the walls in the cave, and we just pass through it. We're walking, and it's interesting because it's as if there's no ground. It's not completely dark. There is some light. It's more of a deep gray. We come to a crossroads. The goddess Hecate asks, what do you see? I see the opportunity for choice. She's asking me about the pause between the presence of choice and the decision. She's asking me to consider that moment, that liminal space between the presence of choice and a decision made. There are many questions that I have to ponder about this. At what point, when we come to this place of decision, does the awareness of the opportunity to make a decision arise? Do we anticipate it well beforehand? And does that constitute liminal space? Or does it begin when we come closer to the actual place of decision making? And what happens in that space, in that liminal space? Are questions asked? Is there just a pause? What exists within that space? Is it a vacuum or is it filled with the all? The goddess Hecate says, the liminal space is a space of transition. It is vital. It serves many purposes. She says that she wants me to give thought to the liminal space and to what she has just described. Not analytical thought, not mind, thinking, rationalizing. She wants me to use my inner knowledge, my third eye, my crown, my throat, and my heart chakras. We are now back at her cave, her hall. She wants me to come to return again once I've pondered this a bit. I leave the cave now and I change. The Archangel Michael is with me. I have a lot to think about. I want to thank you all for being with me today. I hope you enjoyed this episode and that you'll return and learn more with me from the Goddess Hecate. Until then, have a great day.